Hey guys, welcome back to the MongoDB administration tutorial. In this section, we'll be having a look at different aggregation techniques. And in this particular video, we'll be talking about how to work along with aggregation operators like your group by, push, add to set, out, and unwind. So to do this, what I've done is I have connected one MongoDB instance to my Mongo 3T Studio. And in this instance, I have created one database called as Bookstore, in which I have created one collection called as my bookstore, in which I have imported one document which had somewhere around 20 documents. Every document talks about a book, which will have details like title, category, publisher, author, store, comments, available, and bookings. Okay. So before we start with the aggregation operators, let's fire a very simple command. So I'll say db.mybookstore.find, where author is Kitten Lens. Give me the author name, then the title, then give me the available quantity for this title. So now you can see that there are 5 titles which are written by the author Kitten Lens. For title 1, the available book quantity is 5. For the second one, 36, third one, 87, fourth one, 22, and fifth one, 9. So if I try to see the cumulative quantity available for author Kitten Lens, irrespective of the titles, then it should be somewhere around 159. What if I want to find out this for all authors in my collection in one go, in just one query? So what I'll do is, I'll say db.mybookstore.aggregate, in which I'll start the first pipeline, in which the first operator would be $group. Now, $group is very similar to your group by clause in RDBMS. So $group says that if you want to group on column X, then put the values of column X under the label underscore ID. So I'll say underscore ID $author, because I want to group by author. And then I'll say, once you have grouped everything, use one more operator, which is $sum, in such a way that it creates a new field for you called as total available. And this total available will be sum of all availables for all authors cumulative. Okay, I'll execute this. And I can see that Kitten Lens is having total available as 159. And this is how your operators $group and operator $sum works. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll fire another find query, in which I'll say db.mybookstore.find, no criteria, but the projection says give me title and give me the category. Okay, now I'll execute this. This gives me a list of different titles and their categories, and every title is having multiple categories. Now let's say if I talk about the title Haveli, then it has 2 categories, thriller and suspense, and the ID is 3. Now what if I want to add one more category for Haveli? So what I'll do is, I'll say db.mybookstore.update, where you have underscore ID as 3, there $push into the field called as category a new value called as, let's say, horror. Okay, now I'll execute this. So it says nmatched1, nmodified1. Now I'll run the find query again. This time I'll say find only the underscore ID3 document. I can see that in Haveli, one more category is added, which is horror. Now what I'll do is I'll execute the same update command again. Then I'll again do a find. And you can see that horror is added one more time. Now what I would do is I'll execute the update command again one more time, but instead of $push, I'll say $add to set. I'll execute this. I'll do find. One more horror is not added this time. Now I'll say put comic as the category. Everything else remains the same. I'll execute it. I'll find it again. And you can see that comic is something which is getting added here. Now what I'll do is I'll try to do it again. So I'll say comic. Then I'll do find. I'll make it pretty this time so that we can see the output properly. But comic is still only once. Now instead of add to set, I'll do $push. And I'll execute it again. Then again we'll do a find. And now you can see that comic is added for the second time as well. So what does this indicate? This indicates that $push and $add to set are two aggregation operators which work along with your array. $push will add an element into the array even if the element exists in that array. But add to set will only add if the element does not exist in the array. Okay, now we'll move on to the next operator, which is your $unwind. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll again say db.mybookstore.aggregate. This time in the first pipeline, I'll use an operator called as $project. And in this, I'll say the output should only have title, category, and author names. And by default, it will also give you the underscore ID. But what I'm saying is, once you have this, terminate the pipeline and start a new pipeline in which you use an operator called as $unwind. Okay, and this operator will work for the values of $category, which is the category field. And once this is done, show me everything, but it would be good if we limit it because number of documents that are going to get created is going to be more. So I'll say use another operator in a new pipeline and limit the output by 5. Now I'll execute this. So I'll just add pretty to it and I'll execute it again. So I'll say dot pretty. Now see what happened. The title Humpty Dumpty has somewhere around categories like comic, kids, laughter, 3 of them. So if you just do it till here, if you remove unwind and limit and execute this now, you will see that Humpty Dumpty has 3 categories: comic, kids, and laughter. So when we did unwind, what it did is it removed the parent-child hierarchy, and instead of category having 3 elements, it gave me category as 1 element and repeated ID, title, and author for all the 3 elements in the category. See this. So I have same ID, same title, and author for comic, same ID, same title, and same author for kids, and same ID, same author, same title for laughter. Now this would be useful for you whenever you want to break up the array and do something into it. Like for example, if this was my orders collection and my orders was an array of sub-documents, and now if you want to search something onto the array, then what you would do is unwind that array and then create separate elements for every order, which will have the same ID, same customer name, but different order, and then you can play along with it. This is mostly used whenever, let's say if you want to do a pagination on orders. But what is order? An array of subdocument. So this is something like you have to do. Okay. Okay. But now the question is, where are you going to use it? So as I said, you can have something like the orders and then you want to do a pagination. But in that case, you should have a separate collection for the orders, right? But you have already created a collection for orders wherein everything is a array of subdocuments. So how would you create a new collection by something like this?